What's going on, YouTube? Tanner here today, and kind of wanted to discuss a topic that's been on my mind recently. Actually, last weekend I was a part of a seminar in this Discord community that I'm a part of called the Sons of God. It's actually was created by a YouTube channel in the space of the SR community called Self Revealed. Fantastic YouTube channel. I highly recommend checking it out and maybe joining the Discord community if it's something that you're interested in, and I would highly recommend it to you guys. I'll also put the link in the description down below. But one of the things that really, like, I guess synchronized with me in a very deep way last weekend was there was a guy in our Discord chat that was talking about the the ability to sacrifice yourself fully, and there's two different ways to interpret that. If you're very, very attached to your ego, when you hear the word sacrifice, what will end up happening is there will be this instant, almost like this repulse or reclusion towards what that word is, because it almost feels like you're giving yourself up, right, for something. And if you're really attached to your ego, you will not really understand the perspective of how that can really benefit you, in that when you sacrifice yourself fully to something, you're giving yourself up in exchange for something greater for what you are sacrificing now. Okay? The second person that will interpret that version of like sacrifice yourself for something will see it as they are giving up or letting go of the attachment to themselves and inviting something else to come in. And I think that has to come from a place of like faith, because if you're a person that is always doing things for an outcome based off of evidence to get you to a certain place, you will only take a path that you know you can get to. So let's say you're working towards like a goal or something, right? And there's like multiple different avenues to get to a certain goal. You're going to pick the one, if you're very logical and rational minded, you're going to pick the path that is the least risk. It's the most risk averse path, which is a good thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing at all to be that way. But what ends up happening is when you go down that path, you are closing off the possibility of receiving more than what you could ever ask for. What I mean by that is it's almost like your entire you're planning your entire existence off of one specific outcome. And you're not allowing it's almost like you're not allowing yourself to be like abundant in a way. Because if you're letting go of something and you're letting go of like attachment to things, what ends up happening is you literally feel more, you feel like lighter. You don't feel like tied down to things. And when you start feeling that way, you project an energy that things and people, they get drawn to, because you become completely open and inviting to everything. You're not like what's the word? Like you're not accepting of everything that comes into your life, though. Like, let's say, because there is going to be things that come into your life where you're just kind of like, I don't really need this. This isn't good for me. But you're able to allow the things that are positive to come into your life, and then discern the things that shouldn't be coming in because they're not good for you. Because essentially, when you become very open to things, and your energy projects like a warmth of like welcoming, okay, you're going to just become a charged magnet. And that's a great thing, but it also can be very hard to manage if you don't know how to manage power. And like, let's say you're a very powerful individual, or you've accumulated a lot of power over your life, right? Which, I guess, if we want to make power like a specific tangible or like a specific concept. Today I feel like power more so has to do with like being able to maintain attention or grab attention. So like people that have like a social media, like a high social media following, or like a popular like music artist or a YouTuber, or someone that can like maintain like a lot of attention is a very powerful human. Sorry, I got an ad here on my computer here. I got to turn off. Um, if you have all of this power or all of this attention, and you know how to use that power, because it's one thing to have power, and it's another thing to know how to use it. You either can become you can actually become virtuous, which is a good thing because virtue is essentially what stabilizes self-governance, which leads to a more stabilized society, which is good for everybody. But since the beginning of time, when someone has gotten so much power that they don't need to be virtuous anymore because it doesn't actually serve an like a purpose to the person that has that power, it corrupts. There's a saying, uh, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and that is like the realest thing ever because people will live their lives and see someone that has a tremendous amount of power and authority and things that they really could never see themselves doing, and they will say, well, why is that person doing that? That person's like evil, or he's wrong, or why like you're like judging this person super hard, like I wouldn't do that. And the truth is you actually don't know if you would or not because you've never experienced what that power feels like. And um on this SR path, what you will start noticing is as you go through these higher streaks, if you choose to do this, as you commit more of yourself to the journey, you will realize that what you are really doing is you are harnessing power. Like you are literally like you are increasing your capacity to do work because you are holding more energy within yourself. And that energy is constantly building in you all of the time if you choose to go through this path. And the reason people relapse is because what they just cannot handle the energy. And that's okay, by the way, because that's a part of the path. Essentially is to relapse eventually because what you're doing is you're progressively overloading your ability to do work. You're just a big battery. Like the battery can only hold so much energy until it starts to leak out. But what's happening is the more you know how to manage that energy, you can increase the size of the battery within you. As you learn how to do that, life changes so quickly. It just feels like you have like this luck skill in life and it just goes up because opportunities start coming your way without you really having to stress about it. Um and your life just improves. It just improves. And I think that the more power that you gain, the better your life will get. However, the less virtuous you become on this path to power, the inverse can happen to you at some point. That's the theme of history is someone gains an immense amount of power. They rise up with good intentions, and then what ends up happening is they get so much of it, like it creates like an internal sickness in their mind. They crack, right? So they crack, and then like it's the same system of growth, exponential growth, but then it becomes exponential like decay or like corruption or destruction. It's there's a balance. Exponential growth leads to exponential decay. But if you understand how to be virtuous, virtuousness keeps you in like it's almost like guards. Like on a it's like guards like on like a bowling alley or like training wheels. They keep you in like the line. Without virtue, it just everything's open. So like everything can happen and everything can happen all at once. Like you could be doing something and then like because you have all this power and you have no virtue or you don't choose to follow virtue, um you can just destroy yourself so fast, like so quickly. It kind of go. It also, like, another form of power is like money. I mean, that's a big one too. Like, I'm surprised I didn't say that. I'm surprised I didn't say that first, but I think attention is more powerful because money is because you money is power because you can like do things with money. But attention is even more powerful than money because you can literally get people to listen to what you're saying. They're receptive to it, and then they act off the reception that they're allowing themselves to be in to hear the message you're saying. And so, like, an example of how power corrupts and how power can be a bad thing if you don't know how to manage it is like people that are like addicts, okay? Or like a drug addict, like they're just addicted to things, like they're addicted to gambling, sex, pornography, whatever it is, right? You give a person money and they spend it all on that vice. They spend it all on that vice, right? If you take away the money that that person uses for that vice, they live longer. Like they're not like because they literally can't get that vice. So SR literally, if you truly understand what the system does for you, it is training you how to handle power. It is literally the training mechanism to handle power. Um, and I think that this journey, it's so interesting because you know the word streak in and of itself, I think, is funny because it's good to count your days on this journey because it kind of gives you like the feeling of momentum or progress, which is a good thing because it makes you want to do it allows you to feel like you're gaining a positive direction somewhere, and that leads to momentum. Like it's just like your momentum is just like one day at a time, one day at a time. You're just growing, you're growing. But the other thing is if you truly love the if you truly love the process of something, the outcome comes regardless. So I think there's going to be a point where once you truly can handle your own capacity of energy and you can kind of sense your limit, you'll just stop counting the days and it'll just be your lifestyle. Because you're not even worried about the days. You're just focused on the present. Like right now, this is what I have to do today. Like this is what I have to do. And then you'll just be growing so fast because you're not even focused on what the day is. Like it just happens for you. Um Try not to ramble too much here because I can go off track pretty fast, but I'm just trying to yeah. You cannot be virtuous without being powerful. Um Someone who tries to enforce virtue that is weak will just get absolutely destroyed. Does not matter. I feel like that's most men nowadays. It's like 90% of men is like nice. They're just nice. They're harmless. They have no capacity to do danger or violence. Like not like to hurt someone like intentionally, but like if there's no capacity for aggression or violence behind virtue, you can't enforce it. That's why we have police officers. Why do we give police officers guns? Like, do you think that like the police, if they had no weapons, if they pulled someone over and someone was armed in a car, that they would like comply? I mean, we already have people that do that now against police officers. Like, it's common sense. Like, but people I think forget that, and they see it as like a bad thing that someone has the capacity to have to be violent or to be dangerous. Um, but like you think about every single masculine or hero's journey movie, and all of the main characters in that movie usually came from a background of they were very weak, harmless, and then they realized they had to become very, very strong and rely on themselves to become strong. And then what happens is in the movies, they become extremely powerful, and then they're faced with the two options of do I cave into the world, like their external environment, and just allow the world to dictate what they want, or do they want to enforce virtue their like do they want to enforce virtue? Not being tyrannical in a sense that like you have to do this, but like they're being the example and they can actually like show people that I'm this person that has this power, but I still choose to be virtuous. That is, I think, the goal of what society truly wants. Like, it's hard to be also virtuous and moral when you're in a position of no power because you're just trying to stay alive and survive. But once you start to let go of things, even if you're in a really dark situation, you start gaining momentum in your life and you start growing. It comes from detachment. Detach yourself. Give yourself, like, give your life to your decisions. Like, don't allow your ego to corrupt you. Do that every day. It's very, very, very hard. Like, no one can do this right. If someone says they're doing this right all the time, they're full of shit because we're humans. But being authentic in that aspect and doing it anyways and striving for it anyways, power comes to you. And I think that more people are starting to realize that. And the more you realize your own power, the more you can create an amazing life for yourself and the people's lives around you. And you're not doing it because you want to have power over the people around you. You're doing it because you just want to you want to leave something behind that benefits everyone. And like you're just trying to improve everyone's life. Not like you're just trying to improve your life and then improve everyone else's life around you. Which is an outcome of you improving your life. Like just all you have to do is focus on improving your life. Improving yourself is what I should say. Becoming the highest version of yourself. And you will do it. It'll happen. And yeah. So I'm not going to ramble too much longer because I feel like I just rambled a lot towards the end of this video. But yeah, also just another, to go back to the beginning, I'm a part of a Discord community called the Sons of God. And I seriously recommend, if you're looking for people that have the same mindset that I am sharing with you right now. And by the way, something about this community that I would like to say is it is unbelievable how there are so many people all over the world that are sharing the same experiences with so many different perspectives and aspects of their life, right? And I think it does really verify the fact that this journey is very, very real. This practice is very, very legitimate. So yeah, I'll leave a link for the Discord in the comment section, and I hope to see you guys comment and let me know your thoughts on the video. Like I said, this is my second video now, so these videos aren't going to be perfect. I just want to communicate my thoughts, and I will be getting a new mic soon. Trying to update my setup. Currently in the process of trying to find an apartment. And really start cracking down on this YouTube thing because I really enjoy making these videos. Not necessarily for like an outcome or to make a lot of money or, you know, to gain attention. I just really think that there's people out there that really need to hear these words, and I think the people that resonate with these words will get a lot out of it. So thank you, and I appreciate your time. Have a good day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.